Hello, this is Dr. J back with some more Let's Play Command and Conquer Red Alert. It is on to Allies Mission 8.
Incredible! We made it disappear and reappear, but with very little control. We lost some men.
But do you have the control problem solved?
That is the heart of the Chronosphere project.
This is where you come in. I wanted you to see this, so you understand the importance of your next mission. The Chronosphere is being tested here, at a research center outside Leich. The Soviets recently learned of its location and have begun bombing it regularly. You must protect this research site.
And the scientists working inside.
Get to the base immediately and fortify it. We would evacuate the base, but months of preparation would be wasted. The buildings and their contents must remain operational until the experiment is complete.
Looks like General Stavros is still out in La La Land. Alright, so the Allies are now working on their own super weapon, the Chronosphere, which is arguably somewhat more useful than the Iron Curtain, although since it can only teleport one unit at a time, it's still not that useful. But like the Iron Curtain, it has its niche uses here and there. We're going to go ahead and just deploy our MCV right here. This will actually be a perfectly fine location for it. I think the game expects us to fight our way to the space and deploy the MCV inside it. That should be totally unnecessary. So you have to make sure this tech center doesn't get destroyed, the Chronosphere doesn't get destroyed, and that we are at full power by the mission end. There we go. Let's see. So we are going to want anti-aircraft defenses. Wow, we are loaded. Look at all the money we've got. Okay, these V2s are incredibly irritating.
Construction complete. Structure solid.
Alright, let's start building anti-air. Good lord. Hate the pilots so much. I don't know if we really need all these gap generators. I'll sell 2 of them. I don't know if that triggers anything. Hopefully not. Now there is a damaged radar dome on this little island over there. If we have time, we're going to capture that because I think it triggers a weird little event to occur. It's kind of strange. I know on one of the 2 variants of this mission, capturing a neutral structure just kind of sitting out there will cause a bunch of helicopters to spawn on the map and attack the enemy for you. It's actually not particularly useful, but it's weird and strange, so we'll go ahead and do it. We are likely going to be able to completely wipe out the enemy on this map as well. Even though it's just a defense mission, that is something that is entirely achievable. If anything, it's to our advantage that the enemy is attacking our position up here instead of our base that we have to defend, and we'll lose the mission if it's destroyed. Now, let's get some serious economy going. And really, hey, I just made a gap for you, buddy. Honestly, it's just delaying our acquisition of funds, forcing our ore truck to go all the way around the wall like that. Oh, the enemy is attempting a landing.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Ready at once.
All base is under attack.
A couple of heavy tanks will be irritating, but they won't be able to destroy anything by a long shot. Or everything, I mean. Oh, here comes a mammoth.
Yes, sir. No.
Okay, their transport appears to have gotten stuck.
Sir. At one. Reporting. Okay. Okay. Reporting.
There we go. Well done.
Affirmative. Yeah. Affirmative.
Let's use our hilarious technician to do some scouting. As cruel as that is. Our troops are purely digital, so we don't really need to care too much about their well-being. Alright, everything is slightly damaged from having been in low power for a few seconds. Yeah, it really is to our advantage that the enemy is splitting their attacks between this force in the northwest and our main base. Alright, maybe another power plant, and then a war factory, and we can start kicking into attack mode.
Construction complete.
Ah! Knew I heard shooting.
Waiting orders. Of course.
Training. Unit ready.
What a satisfying explosion mammoth tanks make when you blow them up. Boy, you wouldn't think a handful of infantry would be such a good defense against heavy tank landings, but they are. Oh, well that's rude.
Reporting. At once. Awaiting.
Destroyers, please do something about this.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. No.
Both of you, please.
Lost.
No. Awaiting order. Agree.
Construction complete.
Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
Acknowledge.
That other one appears to be out of range,
Construction.
irritatingly. However, this rifle infantry, yeah, he killed it. Good job, man. Alright, time to start cranking out an attack force. And I'm probably going to want to fortify my base some more as well.
Unit ready. Building. Construction complete.
Aha, interesting.
Building.
Yeah, there's a pretty good chance the enemy will try to attack through there, so let's go ahead and
Unit ready. Building.
fortify it nice and strong.
Construction complete.
And since the enemy clearly likes landing here,
Building.
a couple turrets for that location.
Unit ready. Building. Construction complete. Building.
You know, I think we can sell a lot of these walls. Yeah, that'll give us some good extra money. Clearly don't need all these walls.
Relay.
We'll keep some of them.
Construction complete. Building.
That looks cool, but is unnecessary. There we go. Now, what else? Maybe one more advanced power plant.
Ready. Building.
And then I'm going to build a naval yard and engineer. I'm going to capture this and see what happens.
Training.
If I really only built 5 tanks, jeez. Felt like I'd been building more tanks than that. I think I'm going to want a second war factory.
Ready. Building. Our base is under attack.
Oh, sure is.
Vehicle reporting.
Get in there, defenders.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Complete.
The enemy does attack your base enough to keep this mission interesting. It's not like you basically just sit back and wait out the timer. If you don't have active defense, they will take you down. And I like that. It makes a defense mission a lot more interesting.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Alright, second war factory. Good grief.
Building. Unit.
Where's all that fighting happening? Oh, up here.
Unit lost.
Reporting. Yes,
They're
sir.
still holding out just fine.
Unit ready.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Building.
Reporting. At once. Affirmative. At once. Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. Vehicle. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Unit ready.
Okay, so that got 2? Yep.
Affirmative.
Building.
I know that the thing that's supposed to happen on one of these mission variants when you capture a neutral structure seems to be kind of bugged. But I don't remember if it was this one or the other one.
Yes, sir.
We'll find out in a moment.
Construction.
The other one, I think it's a damaged technology center rather than a damaged radar dome. Okay, it's probably red. Yep. Get in there and let's see what happens.
Building.
Wonder if putting the destroyers down here will help to put an end to those airstrikes. Maybe build one more. We are flush with cash. Okay, is anything interesting happening? Oh, we lost a turret.
Ready. Building. Building.
Not that I can tell. I guess this must be the bugged one where nothing happens when you capture it.
Unit ready.
Like I said, I know something's supposed to happen because I remember looking at the mission triggers, and there's
Complete.
definitely something that is... Wait a minute, is it even mine? Oh, I think I repaired it because it was... actually, I don't even know what happened. I don't know why it doesn't belong to me now that I put an engineer in it. Who knows?
Unit.
Buggy indeed.
Primary building selected. Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Oh, right. The enemy is going to attack down here. We're going to want to prevent that.
Building.
Handful of tanks should take care of it. And maybe some turrets.
Unit ready. Building.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Vehicle report acknowledged.
Kind of a weird little bug how the enemy LSTs don't leave the map in this mission. Hear more fighting. Ah! It's over here. Oh, that's substantial enough that we need to respond to that.
Building.
Awaiting acknowledged. Reporting. Acknowledged.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready. Building.
Awaiting order.
Like I said, I think this is a pretty well done mission with the constant little attacks on your base. It demands your attention. There are defense missions in some strategy games where the enemy attacks are so weak it's like you just sit back and wait out the clock. And that's kind of lame. That's not much fun.
Unit.
This one's more active.
Building.
Awaiting orders. Vehicle reporting.
But the enemy attacks aren't so fierce that you can't exceed their production and go obliterate their base. Which is exactly what we're about to go do.
Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir.
Oh, hey guys. Thanks for showing me that I can squeeze through there, by the way. Though with the pathing, I don't know if that'll work out too well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But we'll try it. No, you know what? It just won't work. The pathing will cause that to be a big fail. We'll just go through the front door. Which is clearly what my guys will want to do anyway.
Yes, sir.
Unit ready. Building.
Reporting. Affirmative. Awaiting affirmative.
Alright, well, we won't have any more threats originating from the enemy base. They do have a variety of attacks that just come from off-board. We're still going to have to deal with those. But this should relieve the pressure on our base. Now that we won't have to worry about this enemy base producing attacks. There's no need to finish it off. There's no requirement to do so, and it can't produce anything anymore. But I'm going to finish it off anyway, because the Soviets are evil scumbags.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Reporting. Affirmative.
And we need to send them a firm message by completely annihilating their attack force.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Reporting.
And who knows, maybe if we destroy their airfields in this mission, it'll actually put a stop to some of these airstrikes.
Reporting. Acknowledged.
It didn't the last time we tried, but that doesn't mean it won't this time. All depends on how the mission triggers are set up.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, affirmative. Vehicle affirmative. Awaiting order. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Be acknowledged. Reporting.
Get wrecked, Team Red.
Awaiting order. Acknowledged.
Excellent.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
We'll go ahead and keep these guys back to defend our Kanyard, just in case any off-board attacks try to do something there.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Alright, looks like we've cleared the map. As I said, there is going to be a clever enemy attack that comes to this ridge, and I'm pretty sure it comes from off the board, and it doesn't get produced at this base. It's going to come up this ridge. There's trees in the way, but they're actually just going to blow up the trees, then park themselves here so that they can wipe out the chronosphere and cause a sneaky mission failed. Since we know that's going to happen, we'll just put a substantial tank force up on this ridge, and that'll take care of that.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
We can go ahead and speed things up now that we're mostly waiting out the clock.
Yes, sir.
Insufficient
Affirmative.
funds.
Acknowledged. Vehicle acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Oh, where's that happening?
10 minutes remaining. Unit
Aha! A couple of mammoth tanks. Let's recall the defenders.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Hey guys, how dare you come from off the map? It's actually good that there is some off-board attacks so that your base still comes under a little bit of pressure, even if you wipe out the enemy base. Although realistically, if you're strong enough to wipe out the enemy base, then what little attacks come from off the map aren't going to be much of a threat.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
But still,
Acknowledged.
at least this way something happens. Our base is under attack, you say. Oh,
Awaiting orders.
whoa, that's a mammoth.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Very well.
unit lost.
Waiting orders.
I swear, if I'm not babysitting you guys all the time, your performance is so terrible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged.
Oh, actually a fairly substantial attack, isn't it?
Vehicle affirmative. Yes, sir. Agreed. Very well. Awaiting
That is one tough mammoth tank. Well, I guess definitionally, that's kind of the whole point of mammoth tanks, is that they are very tough.
vehicle acknowledged. Waiting
Unit
acknowledged.
lost. Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir.
Unit ready. Building. Unit lost.
Reporting.
Go deal with this irritant.
Ready and waiting. At once. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
Yeah, okay, I take it back. It actually fairly substantial attacks even with the enemy base destroyed.
Yes, sir.
So this is demanding our attention still.
Reporting. Affirmative.
I was a little premature, just cranking the game speed up to maximum.
Yes,
I'm sure that I could still clear this mission even with the game speed up to maximum, but I typically don't enjoy fighting battles when the speed is that high. All semblance of fine unit control just goes out the window. And it's mostly just watching the really bad unit AI shoot at each other. It's not, to me, it's not as much fun.
Awaiting orders.
I like to keep the speed at a point where I can control the battles with a fair amount of precision.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
Alright, let's get down here. I'm still expecting that ridge attack.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Interesting. Completely closed off little area here.
Minutes remaining.
Alright, we're back to waiting out the clock. So let's crank that game speed up.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
Warning. 3 minutes remaining.
I wonder if that ridge attack really is produced by the enemy base, so if you wipe it out, it never happens.
Remaining.
I know for sure there is an event where the V2 rocket launchers appear, blast their way through the trees, and park themselves on the ridge to snipe off the chronosphere. Either it's produced from the base, and so it never had a chance to happen because we killed the base, or we just destroyed them. One of those attacking forces that we blew up was supposed to do that and never got the chance.
Mission accomplished.
Well played to us. Alright, so now that the Allies have conducted a successful chronosphere test, in the main campaign, the chronosphere still doesn't become buildable for quite a while, but as far as I'm concerned, storyline-wise, it now makes sense for us to do missions that have chronosphere technology in them, which means that a little later than I had planned, but we are now going to do sort of an unofficial little side story that I've kind of pieced together from a series of expansion missions. So that is what we're going to be embarking on next before we return to the main campaign. Hopefully you'll join me for that, and I'll see you then.